from you in the end?
Well, the start of the game was really good, really positive. I thought we had a good organisation, offered a threat, reduced Aston Villa to not too much. So the first half was, I thought, really good from us. The second half, Aston Villa stepped up, probably pushed us back a little bit too much. Obviously, losing Fulkrug and losing Somerville influenced our attacking part of the game, and then they just, it was more pressure, I think, than anything, rather than big chances. I'm not sure whether the first goal was a corner. It didn't look it to me, but I'd have to see again. It's one of those things. And then 2-1 down, we sort of regrouped a little bit and then pushed at the end. Had a couple of chances at the end. So overall disappointed to go out, of course, but lots of positives in the game. I think the players gave everything. There's a young lad on the pitch there, they were making his first games, I think, so he was really good, Ollie. But yeah, disappointed to go out.
What changed specifically for you guys in the second half? Do you think you just ran out of gas?
Well, like I said, we had to adjust without Cree, Somerville, so that was an affected our attacking play a little bit, and then Aston Villa just pushed us back a bit. We ended up a little bit too deep, a bit deeper than we wanted, and then maybe with the ball we couldn't sustain enough attacks to be able to just relieve some pressure. But that's something we'll have to look to improve. But as I said, the players for the last 2 days have been really, really good. Preparation was really good into the game. So we have to hang on to the positives, really.
What's the main thing that you've learned from your first game in charge?
Well, it's the game and it's the 2 days. Like I said, the preparation was really good. The attitude of the players, the application intensity, understanding of the game was good. We just got, like I said, dropped back a little bit too deep, and then also the injuries of the two key attacking players was probably a blow for us as well.
That's the new manager of West Ham. We think the new manager of Everton will be, once again, David Moyes, who managed at Goodison between 2002 and 2013. What would your reaction be if David Moyes went back to what will be Goodison for the rest of the season and then a brand new stadium next season?
Yeah, there'd be no surprises. Obviously, the rumours have been going the last week or two. Obviously, Daichi losing his job yesterday. So there'd be no surprise with David. Obviously, he's a vastly experienced manager, and I'm sure he'd do a great job there.
Yeah, it's safe hands. Somebody that knows the place, and has got a real feel for the place. So, hopefully they can get it right.
Difficult sometimes going back, isn't it? I mean, Everton had manager Howard Kendall went back more than once as well. Is there an inherent danger in that you can't quite live up to?
Yeah, sometimes. But I know what you mean. But I don't think in this time. I think David's gone back. He's a vastly experienced manager now. He's managed well over 1,000 games. New stadium come up for Everton. They obviously want to stay in the Premiership. They're more than obviously good enough to stay in the Premier League. So there's a lot of positives going back to Everton. I think it's a decent fit.
Yes. That's a good fit. Well, I think the new stadium must be a real attraction for him as well. I mean, it does look spectacular, that new stadium down on the docks.
And you have to think of it from Everton's point of view and new owners and that. You want to bring somebody in who knows, like I say, knows everything what's going on, safe hands, you know what I mean? And then, hopefully they can get something going there. I really hope that can happen for Everton, to be honest.
Yeah. Sunday we're going to see the FA Cup in its essence, aren't we?
Yeah.
Tamworth, bit of a slope, plastic pitch against Tottenham, no VAR.
Yeah, no, listen, again, Spurs have to turn up with the right attitude. You obviously think they'll have enough quality, but if they turn up, they're just off it, or they'll turn up with the right mentality, maybe it's a shock.
We'll see. Everyone will join us for that. Thank you, gents. See you then. We'll be at Anfield bright and early tomorrow morning. Liverpool entertaining League Two. Accrington back.
Obviously, to go 1-0 down is not what we want, but it's about how we react, how we show determination, our courage within us to come back in the game, and thankfully we got the win. I thought we played pretty well. We controlled the game, and when you keep pushing, you hope it goes in, and luckily it did.
What changed in the second half? Belief?
Yeah, a bit of belief, a bit more patient, probably a bit more forward thinking in terms of, I think we had a lot of the ball in the first half, probably not risking enough or trying to go forward and make that difficult pass. But in the second half we did. I know we didn't go always right, but we create chances, we create more mayhem in our attacking third, and that's where our goals came from, so we're just happy we won.
You've got 12 points from losing positions in the Premier League. What does that say about the character within this group?
That we concede early every game. I suppose a good stat and a bad stat in a way. We don't want to go and concede early like we have been, but at the same time, yeah, it shows we've got a bit of belief in the change room that we know we can come back against anyone. We'll look to rectify the start of games, but we're happy with pretty much how we end them and how we're always on the front foot. But yeah, I think if you win the game, that's the most important thing, and to do that is most important.
What did the manager say at half-time? Because it clearly worked.
Just to stay patient, keep doing what we were doing, but just probably a bit more forward thinking and get crosses in, running behind and just try and cause more of a goal threat. I think the first half we played probably in front of them a bit too much, but in the second half we were more dominant, I think, in their half, and yeah, we created more chances, and that's where the goals came from.
Talking of goals, no VAR tonight. Do you think it was a corner before Onana's goal?
I don't really remember it. I don't know, but I'm glad it was a corner because he scored from it. But yeah, I don't really remember. But yeah, just happy winning.
Yeah, and focusing on the positives, how far do you and the team want to go in this competition?
Why can't we win it? That's how we look at it. But we take it game by game. Anything can happen in the cup competition. You don't know who you draw against. You don't know where you play. But yeah, just take it game by game and try and win. But yeah, we want to go on a run. We're in this competition to win it. It's historic competition in England. We all know how much it means, and we're going to try to do our best to win it.
Thank you so much. Well done. Thank you. Thank you.
That was the difference in the second half. He said it there, didn't he? Forward thinking and taking you have to take a risk, don't you, to break down a stubborn defence.
Simple, isn't it? Simple. This is what we saw with Villa, particularly for about 25 minutes in the second half, was where they've had their success the last few years. Forward passing, running off the ball, quality with the pass, a bit of pace. We see it particularly with their second goal. Very simple, very effective. I thought Villa were excellent for about 20-25 minutes, and that was enough to win the game, and they deserved it with their second half performance.
Yeah, and obviously the referee and the assistant messing up totally with that corner.
Yeah. I mean, we should put... I mean, it's not a corner. When you see the replay, quite see... Just to be absolutely clear, even if there had been VAR would not get involved in this because
I can't believe the referee. He's standing there.
Given.
He's standing right there. It's gone through a gap of people and he's not seen that. Look,
you
watch
can
this.
see the shot
Yeah,
here.
but look. It's no one's near it. How can you get that one wrong?
Oh, yeah.
West Ham were in this, you know what I mean? Yes, they had to defend a little bit more because Villa got on top, but then...
You've still got to defend the corner. I know I'm going to sound like a manager now, but you've still got to defend the corner.
They tried. Look, you can see them trying.
Yeah.
Such a shame, really.
Nothing on this near side, really, Constant Paquetá.
No
That's
chance.
nothing at all.
Do you know what? There was a lot of players going down too easy tonight.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. And then to go down and to stay down while your team are trying to defend its set piece, not good enough. No. Look at that. That's really weak.
Is Fabianski a bit unlucky? Because there's a little touch here, I think, from so far, into him, isn't there? So far, just trying to do his job.
It's very tough.
Look, so far, just nudges it into him.
Yeah.
But still a great reaction.
Yeah, from Onana. Yes.
Absolutely not. We know he's a threat at set pieces and a bit better delivery from Villa in the second half.
Yeah.
And once they got their nose in front there, they had the momentum. It was going to be tough for West Ham to win the game.
I just think that if West Ham, because they were trying to hold out, they were defending well. You could see the bodies on the line. And it was just, if they could have got through that little period without that little bit of unfortunate decision that they got, they may have gone up the other end. But I think when Somerville went off, they lost that impetus to get forward, to counter-attack.
Well, no question that West Ham had a bad break there. But looking at the winning goal, exactly what Roy was saying, in terms of impetus and passing it forward, you can see here, can't you, the intent, straight down the pitch, the intent to get the ball forward quickly. There.
Simple and straightforward as this. Effective play. Do it at the right pace. You're giving players quality. We criticised Watkins a little bit at half-time. But there you go. Get on it. Get into the box.
Yeah,
Roger's doing. But if you stop the hill quickly, it's brilliant. Brilliant straightforward. And the one pass is taking 2 or 3 players out of the game. And when they're running back towards their goals, you're in trouble.
You know, it's that Tielemans. I'm very surprised that he was where he was in the first half. He was playing almost alongside Ollie Watkins, and there was
too high up the pitch.
Yes, far too high up the pitch, and there was no creativity coming from Villa. You saw the ball. What Tielemans played, he plays it right through the heart of West Ham because he's got the capability of doing that.
And the timing of Rodgers' run there at the last minute to get in front of his defender.
It's very hard to coach that. I think it's very hard to coach that. Players learn that, and he's certainly learning it. We praised him before the game. First half, not good enough, but that little bit of time, and then the end product to win the game, that will take him to another level.
I think what you've got to, as well, with the 2 centre-halves, the West Ham centre-halves, you know, they're unfortunate. But you've got to put pressure on players like that. You have to. I thought that Kilman, even for the goal, Poogs, he was on his heels when the ball's coming across.
Danny Ings had 2 chances. Listen, Bowen's injured, didn't start. Then, of course, Fulkrug did his hamstring. Danny Ings comes on. And when you want to come in that situation, I want to affect the match. I want to show that I should be in the starting lineup. He's had 2 great opportunities.
He's had good chances, yeah. Listen, I know he scored at the highest level, but his confidence must be pretty low. He's had a difficult year or two. And is he lacking belief with these chances?
It's well created, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And obviously, they're getting balls in the box and they're gambling now because they've chased, they're trying to get back into the game.
He's miskicked it. He's miskicked it. I think he's rushed that one. You can see the players getting there. He wants to get there sooner. And I think this one again, once this comes across, I just think he's got more time than he thinks. He comes out brilliantly there. He's got the time. Because he can see Anana coming, of course. He can see people coming. You're trying to get the shot off, but that's not a bad touch. That one's not bad. Now you just want to get yourself into a position. Just be calm, just to hit it.
But why is he falling over? With that, I think that lack of belief that he can score.
I think it's the kind of situation because he hasn't scored, so he's desperate to score there.
So he rushes everything rather than just calming down.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Aston Villa through to the draw at the weekend on Sunday night, the 4th round. It was only the 3rd time since 2015 that they've made this stage. Morgan Rogers with that late winner, 14.
To get a lot more quality in his side, I think the plan B, whatever the plan B is going to be, especially once we saw Somerville come off, the subs didn't make too much of a difference. We spoke about the centre halves. I thought even when Mavropanos got injured, it was because his own doing. I thought Kilman was on his heels for the goal. But in the main, you look at like Kudos, Paqueta, and Somerville. I think that there's enough in there. I think they'll probably at some stage they'll need a number 9. Unfortunately, Fulkrug going off like that, it's not been great for him up to this point. But I think there's a lot to be done. But like a few signings, and I think he'd be okay. I thought they defended brilliantly their shape first half. It just unfortunately for them, the referee's decision changed the game for him.
Bowen's out for probably another 4 or 5 weeks. Obviously, Fulkrug hamstring, who knows? But they did show that the 3 behind Fulkrug what they could do with the goal that they created for Paqueta.
Yeah, well, we know they've got that bit of quality, which we've seen, and we obviously praised them in the first half. And this is an excellent goal. They started well, West Ham. Nice little bit of link-up play. They got runners, and it's great when you got players in wide positions. There's always a good outlet. And we always ask players like, can you pick the right pass? Yeah. And they did, and it was a dream start for him. So in terms of West Ham going forward, their attack and play, I think there's a lot of good stuff. Obviously, they've got 1 or 2 injuries again tonight. But in general, going forward, it's the defensive. They're too open. We saw it in the second half, and that's their big problem. But in terms of a bit of quality going forward, I think there's enough for them to work on. But defensively is the big problem for West Ham going forward.
Yeah.
They'll probably have to invest in January.
You were looking at them. You wouldn't think there'd be any danger of going down from the Premier League, would you? So
no.
that does give Graham Potter some breathing space in the sense of he can really think, right, what do we need to do? What are the stages that we need to go through to make this team better?
Yeah, I think we've seen enough in what they've got going forward to see that they should be okay, especially with the teams that are in and around down there.
Yeah. But they've got to be harder to beat. As much as we're giving them praise tonight, they gave up 2 goals. It could have been a lot more. Was it 9 goals in the last 2 games? Defensively is the big problem going forward.
The 3rd round weekend kicked off last night with 3 matches.